All right, so we're recording. Should be good now. All right, cool. So as I was saying, so right here's the uptrend, guys. Can someone tell me if this is a low point or a high point in the market of this uptrend?
A low point.
Okay, somebody said low point. So we have a low. What would this be considered?
Higher low?
That's a higher low, no?
Okay, somebody said higher low.
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody disagree with this?
I don't know why it would be low there. Why not high, high? Why is it high, low?
Okay. So she said she don't know why it would be a low there, why not a high, and why not a higher high, right? So you think about it. If you're at a low,
Then the next one should be a
you have
high.
the next step is a high, right? So you go from a low, then you go to a high. You don't really use the higher highs or higher lows until you get one of those. You get what I'm saying? So when you start and you start from a low, then you start from a high, right? So this in this case is not a higher low. This is just a high. So we started from the bottom, we came here. So low, high, what would that be right here? What's this now?
A higher
Oh, that
low.
would be a lower high.
That's a higher low.
I heard higher low, and then I heard a lower high. What's the final answer?
A higher low.
Everybody agree? Anybody disagree?
I agree.
Okay. And if you're, I mean, I want you guys to answer because I want you guys to really understand this. You know, just if you do get it wrong, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I really want you to like understand it. So when you do it on your own, because I'm gonna make sure you guys send me a markup of your higher highs and higher lows and all of that, just so I can make sure you understand it. Because I want y'all to be successful in this market. I want y'all to understand what y'all doing. Like Mino said, just going off the signals and just making money from stuff that we seeing or just losing money from what we seeing is not good enough. You know, you need to understand exactly what you're doing so you can be, feeling like you're responsible for your wins and your losses. So again, we have a low, high, higher low. What would this one be, guys?
Higher high.
Higher high. Anybody disagree? Okay. All right. So I want you to understand this. You have a low, high, higher low. The reason that this is a higher low is because this low is higher than this previous low. All right. So this low, this high, this is a higher low compared to this low. It's still a low, but this low is just higher than the previous one. Just like this is a higher high because this high is higher than the previous high. Does that make sense? Y'all follow me? Everybody good?
What about the high after the higher high?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
What about the high after the higher high?
Hold on. Say that one more time.
She's saying what would be over a higher high?
So what would be
It
over
would,
a higher high? It would be
it
the same thing. So
would
understand
just
this.
be the same thing, yeah.
Yeah. So in the uptrend, you only get the only thing that you get in the uptrend is higher lows and higher highs. The highs can't get the highs only get higher and the lows only get higher. You see what I'm saying? Because you're trending upward, right? So you go from a low, high, higher low, higher low. What's the next one?
Higher high.
Higher
Higher
high. That's
high.
it. That's it. So that's all you get in the uptrend. Highs, lows, higher highs, higher lows. Right? It just go higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. It's always that until the market starts to reverse. Right? And this is when the market is reversing because now you're getting something different. So let me put the label on this one. And if you need a screenshot, you need to take a picture of it, please do so. I'm gonna make sure I give y'all time to do that after. So y'all can have all three of them. Right. So this is uptrend. You got low, high, higher low, higher high, high low, higher high. Right. So in the uptrend, right, you only get higher lows and higher highs. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. All right. Don't get confused. Don't overthink it. Low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Now we have a downtrend. Okay. So in a downtrend, we're starting in the air, right? We're starting at a point in the market. And what would we consider this point to be if we're starting up here?
It's a high.
That's a high.
That's a high. Automatically. We're starting off at a high point in the market, right? Okay. If you're starting off at a high and then the market comes down here, what would we call this?
A lower high.
Low.
I heard low and I heard lower high.
It's a lower. It's a lower high.
Somebody said lower high. Somebody what was the other answer?
Low.
Low. All right. It's a low. All right. I want you to understand the same way we went from a low to a high. In the uptrend, from a downtrend, we go from a high point to a low point. You don't put the H beside it yet until you get the first low, the first high, or the first high and the first low. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So from here, you have a high, a low. What would we classify this as?
Lower
Lower
high.
high. Lower high. Lower high.
Lower high.
Lower high.
There we go. Now you bring in the H's. Now you bring in the H's after. All right. So we got a lower high. What is this?
Lower
Lower
low.
low. Lower low. Lower low. Lower low. Lower low.
Lower low. And what's that one? What's this?
Lower high. Lower high. Lower high. Lower high.
So high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. All right. Perfect. So as long as you understand that when you're looking at, once you find out the trend of the market, as long as you're understanding where the highs are, where the lows are, where the higher highs, where the higher lows, where the lows, where the lower highs. Like once you understand that, that's one step closer to getting into your trade and understanding what you're about to do next. All right. So let me write the rest of this out just for the people that need to take a screenshot or whatnot.
Yeah, you guys should definitely take a screenshot of this because I'm telling you, man, it's definitely not gonna get any better than this. So if you guys master a structure, what Zay is going over right now, it's the main key.
That's one of the biggest things when it comes to trading. Once you understand that, I swear things will get a lot easier because once I go over the lows and the highs, I'm about to tie in the other stuff. And then once I tie in that and I pass it off to Mino, you can be like, damn, that makes sense now. Now I'm actually seeing it with the candlesticks and all of that. So the next type of trend, or I wouldn't even call it a trend, I would say this is another way that the market moves, right? So here we have, if we're starting from this bottom point or this area, what would you classify this area to be, guys?
It's a low.
It's a low. All right. Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if we're starting from a low, what would we classify this to be?
A high.
A high.
Perfect. Now, this might get a little tricky, right? This might get a little tricky, but don't overthink it. Do not overthink it. All right. What is this, guys?
Low.
That's
A
an
low.
equal low. It's an
A
equal low.
low.
I heard low. I heard equal low.
Low.
Anything
Low.
else?
It's a low.
Low.
Equal low or low. It's the same thing, guys. Same thing. What is this?
High.
All right. So if you guys seeing this, everything that's on this side is the same thing on this side. The reason why these are lows, highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, low is because the market is consolidating. The market is not trending. You do not want to trade when the market is doing this because you don't know where to buy. You don't know where to sell. You don't know where to buy. And the reason why I say that is because, no, I'm not going to say that yet because I'm jumping ahead of the gun. I'm going to come back to that. You don't want to trade this, but it'll all make sense why you don't want to trade it. So I want y'all to pay attention to something. You have the three ways that the market moves. You have The uptrend where you only get the uptrend where you only get these higher lows and higher highs. Then you have the downtrend where you only get lower lows and lower highs. Let's say lower highs and lower lows. I like that better. I'm keep it like it is. And then when you get consolidation, you get sideways confusion. That's what I call it. I just call it confusion because it's gonna be really confusing when I show you what I'm about to show you guys. All right, so everybody get it now. Does everybody understand the lows and the highs and the uptrend, downtrend, and the consolidating market? Does everybody get that?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to talk about support and resistance. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to draw support and resistance lines. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these support and resistance line a certain color, right? And I'm going to show you why. Okay. So off this uptrend, guys, if I place this line here, right? Is this a support or a resistance? According to my trend, which is going to be yellow. I mean, my line is going to be yellow. So from right here, is this a support or a resistance?
Support.
Support. Is this a support or resistance?
Resistance.
That's a resistance.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it? Oh,
That's it.
shit. Was I not on mute, boys?
No, you wasn't on. I think we had a little bit of
Shit, my bad.
conversation. It's cool
You're going
though.
crazy, Ishmael, man.
Fuck my.
Is this a support or resistance, guys?
Resistance.
Okay. So I'm gonna place this here. I'm gonna place it here. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. If I throw the ball at a ceiling, what is it supposed to do?
Drops down.
Go down. What happened here?
That's a floor now.
This is a floor.
Resistance.
This is a support. This is a floor because I threw the ball at the floor and it went up. You feel what I'm saying? It hit the floor and came up. Now, I probably confused you because I went from this low to this low. I skipped that high. I want you to understand something. Support is nothing but a floor where price bounces off of to continue up. Support, floor, support, floor. Now, right here, I want to show you something. What is that?
That's a resistance.
That's a resistance. Why is it a resistance? What happened when we hit here? Let's focus just in this area right here. What happened when we hit this area, y'all?
Drops to the ground.
It touched what?
That's
It drops.
It dropped. It dropped. So if you throw something in the air, if you throw the ball at the ceiling, what is it supposed to do?
It's gonna go down.
Drop. All right, so look, pay attention. So we starting from this floor. You threw the ball at the floor. It shot up. What comes up must come down. So for some reason, when it got all the way up here, it went back down. Boom. And then when it hit here, it came back up. So I want to show you guys something. This is support. This is a resistance. This is a support. When we get up here, market went back down for some reason. So what is that? Market went up there and it came down. What did we hit, guys?
A resistance.
Resistance.
a resistance. All right. Y'all want to see something funny? I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit more because sometimes, even though market doesn't always come back right here, I'm just gonna bring it down just for like the purposes of y'all just understanding what's happening here. All right. We said this was a resistance. We said this was a support. Market broke through and hit this resistance, but for some reason, it's back here, and now it's a what?
To support.
It's a support. How is that? Right? What happened was market came back and tested the area that it broke from. So it broke this high, creating a higher high, which then created a what?
A low high. A high low.
A higher low, retesting the previous high.
Right.
Mino uses this thing called a fib retracement. I want to show you guys something. From this low to this high. For those people, for those of you, this is like Mino's golden zone. This is where he wants to get his entries at. Well, if we looking to buy, because this is uptrend, will we buy here? Are we buying any of this?
No.
No. You want to wait for a retracement. A retracement is nothing but another name for a pullback or a retest of the previous area that it broke out from. I want you to understand something. Price started at a support, created a resistance, came back down, gave another retracement, and then broke above. Broke above the resistance, created a new resistance. Now this resistance is no longer a resistance, it is now a floor. So what happened was a breakout, a retest of where it previously broke out from, and we're at the 618. This will be your entry. Your stop loss will probably be below here, below the 786, entry to 618, and then you take profit at the next high because you don't know if price is going to do what. We don't know if price is going to break through or if it's going to reject that resistance and do what? Go back down. So let's just back it up a little bit. Back it up. I think that might have been a little too advanced, might have been a little confusion there. That's fine. But I want y'all to understand something. We have a support. We have a resistance. Even right here, same thing. You're waiting for a retracement. If we're looking for buys, we're only going to buy off the lowest points, which means the higher lows. You don't want to buy at a high. Because what happens when you buy here? You're losing money. You need to wait until price goes down as low as possible. And how do we know how low it's going to go? Once it creates a low and a high, you throw this bad boy up here, and you wait for the retracement. Do y'all see how that shit just literally lined up to where I drew this at and I didn't even know? I didn't have this Fibonacci retracement up here when I drew these highs and these lows. So the low, the high, we put the fib here and we wait for entry. Once market creates a high, all we need is a retracement or a higher low to form so we can take an entry at the higher low, put our stop loss below the higher low, and we need to take it up to this next level. Or continue on. It depends because I want you to understand market is always going to come back and retest where it broke out from. All right, y'all follow me? Is that too much information at one time? Anybody confused?
Bro, that's perfect, man.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go over the same thing for a downtrend really quick. And you want to know something funny? I ain't even got to change these lines because guess what? These shit's lining up still. You got a high. You got a low. Do I sell right here, guys?
Nope.
If I see the market broke through a support or yeah, pretty much this is a resistance. This is a support. And market breaks through this support. Do I sell now since we're going down?
No. You wait for a retest.
Wait for a retest. Wait for a pullback, lower high formed, sell, stop loss above the lower high, take the trade down, and make your money. Me personally, take the trade down, to the next low, just because you don't know if it's gonna create a support and go back up, or if it's gonna break through. You really have to pay attention to what's going on. But that's how I take my trades. I like I said, I look for the lower high to form. I put my stop loss above. I take the trade to the next support or the next zone or area, right? And how you know when to get in the trade? Once you create a high, you create a low, and then market breaks the support, goes back up for the pullback. That's not what I was looking for. My fault. Go from the low, remember the high to the low, and boom. So what happened in this one? This one kind of retraced at the 38.2, 50, 61.8. Even if it doesn't hit the 61.8, that's fine. That's completely fine. But this is the target area that you kind of want market to push back up to. And it might even wick it just to go back down. I want you to understand these aren't like, it's not the candlesticks, so it's not showing you the wicks and all that, but market could have literally just went up there and wicked it and dropped. Then you could have got your entry at the 618, could have got your entry somewhere here. As long as you place your stop loss above the previous structure, the previous lower high, when you're taking sales, and the previous higher low when you're taking the buys.
Please,
Right?
can you explain the 61.8 again? Why is that an important area?
You said, can I explain the 618 area for what again? I'm sorry.
So why is it important? Why should we be looking at that?
So the importance of the 618 area is because this is like an area that market loves to come back to of a retracement. So what I'm saying is let's go right here. So this right here this is 100% of this move right here. So these are percentages of this entire move. You have 0, 38 to 50, which is half of this move. No, sorry, 38 to 50, which is half of this move. 61.8, 78, and then 100%. So what you're waiting for is when market makes this 100% of this move, you're waiting for the retracement somewhere in the 38.2, 50, 61.8 area to continue going down or continue with the trend. So in this case, 61.8 is a golden area. It's an area that market loves to come to before it continues the trend. And this is what we typically look for when we're looking to take the trade. Sometimes it may not even come to the 618. It may come close to that area, but 9 times I say, from what I've seen, almost 90% of the time, it literally wicks this area, comes to this area, and then it goes crazy to the downside or goes crazy to the upside, depending on the trend. That's what happened with EU on Friday. When I say it literally kissed the 618 area and shot up like crazy, and I'm pretty sure Mino's gonna show y'all.
Every
But
time.
that's an area that the market loves to go to before it continues either the uptrend or the downtrend to give you your trade, give you whatever movement you're looking for in the market, if that makes sense.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So again, guys, I want you to pay attention. The support was broken with this move right here. It created a low. All you're looking for is a lower high to form, so you can take that trade, get in that trade, and sell it down. And for some reason, when it hit here, it went back up because I want you to pay attention to it was a previous support. So even from this uptrend, this shows that this is a support. This was a support which made market go back up. That's why I say if you're looking to get in at a lower high, these are your take profits. 1, 2, 3. Everything to the left, that's where you're looking to get out at, because these areas are like roadblocks. You don't know if market is gonna have a reaction here because that is a low, that is a low, that is a low, that is a low. So me personally, I'll get the entry here, TP1 here, TP2 here, TP3 here, all my lows from what I'm seeing to the left, right? Because nothing is here. So you don't see this yet, but you see everything over here. And I want you to pay attention. I want you to look at the market like a sandwich. Whatever happens on the left side is going to happen to the right side eventually. If you cut the market in half, like if I cut this in half right here, you guys can see everything that happened here happened over here. And that's what happens in the market at times. It's literally the same exact moves, just going in the opposite direction. All right, so that's the uptrend, that's the downtrend. When we get into consolidation, the reason why I said you don't trade this is because this is what you have. You have support, and then what is this, guys? What is this up here?
which is a high. Or
Resistance.
Resistance. So support, resistance, support, resistance. I want y'all to tell me where are we entering this trade at? I mean, you could literally enter this trade, but I want you to understand this is it's bad for business if you enter this trade because you really don't have any type of direction to continue getting in this trade. The best that you can do when you're trading consolidation is really wait for a breakout retest. You either wait for a breakout above here or a breakout below here. And what I mean by that is you wait for this. You wait for either this, 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 or this, or you either gonna be buying here, selling here, buying here, selling here, but you have no type of lower high, lower low, higher low, nothing. So you're really gonna be just buying and selling, and you're pretty much gonna get faked out or tricked up. Let's say if you say, okay, market's at a support, I'm gonna buy here. I'm gonna take it all the way to that high, and then okay, I'm gonna sell here. Like that's just too much confusion. And market can do any type of they can do anything. It can take you out of trade. You sell here, it take you out. You buy here, it take you out. You know what I'm saying? So it's best for you to just wait for a pullback and retracement. I want you to understand one more thing. You technically don't really have too much of I do it every time, a retracement period happening because it doesn't show you. You thinking, oh, okay, bet. If I buy here, all I gotta do is wait for the retracement to continue to buy. You buy here, market go down right here, and you think, oh, it's time to buy, and they ain't doing nothing but selling on you and take you out the trade. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to consolidation, avoid it at all costs. Only trade an uptrend, downtrend, and you'll be good as gold when it comes to trading. Stay out of consolidation. It's very confusing. It's very aggravating. 1 minute you're in profit, 1 minute you're not. Consolidating the markets don't do nothing but move sideways. Always stick to a trending market, whether it's uptrend, downtrend. Uptrend, look for the high lows and the higher highs. Downtrend, look for the lower lows, lower highs. All right. Y'all got any questions so far?
Also, one thing I wanted to add, you see the consolidation, that's when scalpers actually place their trade, right? They buy, they sell, they buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. But one thing that Zay said, I want you guys to understand as well is that when you're buying and selling at consolidation, you can get worked out at any given time because at any given time the market can break below and keep going down or break above and keep going up. This is what I was telling you guys, like I was telling you guys earlier on, scalping is very, very like very, very risky, right? Because you're buying and selling, you have pretty much nowhere to place a stop loss, right? Because if you place it above the high, the market can literally break above the high at any given time and keep going up. If you place it below the low, can literally go below the low, hit your stop loss and keep going down, right? But that's when scalpers usually trade, right? Within the consolidation zone. That's all I wanted to add.
I'm gonna drop this in for y'all. So y'all have that. But yeah, bro. You ready, man? Ready for me to dish it off to you, bro?
Yeah, man, bro, like you killed it, things definitely gonna make more sense to the team, to be honest. If you guys actually master structure the ways they went over the highs, the lows, the high highs, plus the fib, that's literally all you need in order to make money in the market. 1000%. That's how I trade. That's exactly how I trade, right? So, but thanks Zay for the lesson, to be honest.
No
You guys got
problem, bro.
any questions for Zay before I hop in?
No question is a dumb question. Please don't be afraid. If you don't want to ask it on the Zoom, you can always like message me personally and ask me, guys.